Hi, it's time for Inside the Silicon Valley Real Estate with Sophie Shen. I am Sophie. Welcome back. Well, interest rate is at the lowest since 2016, so it's good time to take advantage of the low rate to buy if you are considering moving up to a bigger house. One of the reasons is here the house is very expensive, so the mortgage usually is a pretty large amount, so any lower rate is definitely help you saving a lot of monthly payment. So that is said, what are the things to consider if you already have a small house and you want to move up to buy a bigger one? So there are usually two ways of doing that. The first is you can buy first and then sell. So you can go out to buy the big one first, and then once the big one is closed, then you can come back to decide if you want to sell the current one or rent it out. The other approach is you can sell first, and once you have the proceeds or the money coming out of your existing home, then you can use the money and then go ahead to buy the bigger house. So each method, each approach has its own pros and cons and may suitable for different persons given your own personal scenario. Now today I'm going to focus on talking about the first approach, which is buy first, then sell. So the benefits of doing that is, the number one benefit is you can certainly, it gives you more time. You can take your time to look for the areas you are interested in, look for the neighborhoods or the school you are interested in to decide which one you want to buy. And second, when you finally find a house you're interested in, this approach gives you enough time and no pressure to negotiate with the other side. So that allows you more room and more time to negotiate a reasonable pricing for the purchase. And the third positive side of doing that is from time to time, you might have the option of buying first, contingent upon selling your current house. So in this case, you have more control on the buy price and the sell price. So you can calculate to see, given the purchase price, how much I need to get for the sale of my current house. If I don't get that sale price, you will still have the option of call the deal off to go back to the purchase side, telling them that you're not going to remove the contingency of selling your current house. So these are the few benefits of buying first and then sell your current house if you are in the consideration of moving up to big house. Now, there's always the other side of the story. There's always a little bit negative side you need to always pay attention to. The number one thing you want to consider is financial wise, is this okay? There are mainly two aspects of it. Number one, do you have enough down payment? Now here, a bigger house, a house with good school, will easily cost 1.5 million-ish or sometimes even higher amount. So given that, do you have enough down payment you set aside? If you don't have enough down payment, then this option may not be working for you. Now, there are some alternative financing way to get down payment, but it has a whole lot more risk, which in majority of the circumstances I wouldn't recommend. And the second aspect to think about is monthly payment. Now this way of buying first and then selling, on the positive side, eliminates the uncertainty and anxiety of not having a house to move to. You will always know that where you need to move to. But on the other hand, you will probably need to deal with at least a few months the payment of both sides. You end up having two mortgage you have to pay. You may have two property tax to pay in a few months time period before you close the deal for your existing home. So we want to sit down and then go over to look at your monthly payment, whether that's going to work from lender perspective, and the other side you want to look at is even lender is okay with that from your own cash flow wise, your lifestyle wise, how long you can manage a circumstance like that. So if you are comfortable with the numbers, then yes, we can work on this type of method for you. The next thing to consider is if you want to go buying contingent upon selling your current house, there are builders, there are probably more builders are willing to accommodate this method. There are occasionally some existing homeowner might be open for this method. But on the other hand, you might be competing with other offers who does not have contingency like that, which put your offer at a disadvantage situation compared with the other offer without this type of contingency. So it would maybe reduce your option for the existing home because a lot of homeowners don't feel comfortable for a contingency like that. If you buy a brand new home, the builders, I see more and more builders are willing to consider this type of method, but on the other hand, that they don't want to leave this open for too long, so they would usually require, as soon as you sign a contract for the new home, they want your current house to be on the market and get into contract in about 30 days. Sometimes we might be able to help you negotiate a bit longer term, but I hardly see builder allow more than 60 days. So consider that, 60 days, sometimes 30 days, whether that is too short time frame for you. So these are the few things you want to sort out and have a clear answer and make sure you are comfortable with before you get into this method. So that is for this one for today. Next time I'm going to get into more details about the other approach, which is selling first and then buy. That is all for today. If you have any further questions or would like us to look at your personalized case, feel free to give us a call. My phone number is 408-799-2558 and email is sophie@sophierealestate.com. And always, you're very welcome to subscribe our channel so you get notification on time for our latest update here. So that is all for today. Until next time, I wish you a very wonderful day.